Hey guys, Angus here bringing another Airsoft review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Javelin Gunworks M24 Airsoft Sniper Rifle. Now, I don't specialize in snipers. I really don't review them all that often because, frankly, when I'm on the field, I hate sniping. I like to be the guy with the AG moving up. I don't feel like sitting in the back with a sniper rifle. But it does appeal to some people, and if you're looking to get a new sniper rifle, this could be the gun for you, whether you're a beginner or you're somebody who's a bit on the experienced side, considering it is an M24, various upgrades available. It's actually pretty cheap at around $175 depending on where you purchase it from. And it is also available in the black finish, not just the OD shown here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the review of the Javelin Gunworks M24 Airsoft Sniper Rifle. Alright, now first things first here, I don't have any of the packaging as this does not belong to me. It actually belongs to someone I know that left it here for me to go ahead and take a look at, review, chrono. Annotation of the chrono will be right here. Check out that short little video if you want to see how hard this gun is shooting. It's around the 440 feet per second area. And since we don't have any of the packaging, we're going to hop right into the external construction of the gun. Now the OD body here, this is constructed of a very strong, very tough polymer. It's very solid, very durable. You'd think, you know, this is the main body of the gun. It's plastic. Oh, it's not going to feel nice at all. But it honestly feels very nice. It's textured, gives you a nice grip on the gun when you're holding it. And like I said, it's very solid, very comfortable when you hold it actually. Now one of the things with the M24 is it's actually a very thick rifle. As you can see, the stock is a bit thicker than you're going to find on most other airsoft sniper rifles, where the stock is actually very thin. This is a lot thicker. Now that might seem like a turnoff to you at first, but honestly, when you hold the rifle, it feels very comfortable. Like the thickness, your hand can almost wrap all the way around it, so it's not amazingly thick, but you might think it's not going to be too comfortable. It's honestly very comfortable. This is a nice, comfortable sniper rifle, and coming from me who really only likes L96s, it's a comfortable gun. Metal components on this thing include the outer barrel, the inner barrel, your Picatinny rail mount up here, your bolt assembly. You got pieces to your stock back here. They're constructed of metal. The butt of the rifle has a nice rubber covering on it. Gives you some nice comfort. Push it up against your shoulder. And it's honestly a very nice gun to get all your... And construction-wise, it's honestly a very nice gun. Like I said, the plastic polymer pieces on here are very solid, very durable, and it's also a very comfortable rifle. It probably weighs around 7.5 pounds, maybe 8 pounds at the max. And it's a very comfortable sniper rifle in your hands. Now, internally, you do have a metal trigger box on this thing, metal trigger assembly. You have a plastic piston, plastic spring guide, all the different stuff. But if you wanted to upgrade this thing, M24 upgrades are extremely easy to find. That's why I said if you're an experienced airsoft, you're looking for a sniper rifle, this could be for you, considering upgrades are pretty easy to find. Go ahead and upgrade this all you want, make it a nice sniper rifle for probably under $300. Like I said, don't quote me on that because I do not specialize in sniper rifles, but probably under $300. Put some nice upgrades in here, maybe put a nice scope on here, and you could have a very nice sniper rifle due to the fact all the upgrades available for the gun. But if you want it stock, like I said, it's going to be decent, at least it's going to be decent stock. It's firing around 440 feet per second area stock. So if you didn't want to upgrade it, you're just a beginner looking to get a sniper rifle, this could be good for you too. Decent internals, nice externals here, very comfortable rifle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of the features of the Javelin M24. Now, of course, one of the main features of your bolt action sniper rifle is going to be your metal bolt assembly. As I mentioned, it is constructed of metal up here. Now, the bolt on this gun, like I mentioned, 450 feet per second. You'd expect the bolt to be a little bit tougher, but the bolt on this gun is very smooth, easy to pull back. Now, as you can see, let me just demonstrate that real quick. Push it upward like so, pull back, push forward. Now, here's something I don't like about the bolt. Me, at least this is with me, I have a tendency to not push down all the way. I'll push like so, and you'll feel some resistance. You'll think, oh, bolt's cocked all the way, but unfortunately, it's not. The bolt is only cocked halfway. You actually have to give it a little bit of force and push it all the way down until you hear a loud clack of the bolt coming into place on the side of the rifle. That means the gun is cocked. If you were to, just leave it like so, you feel the resistance, and you might think the gun is cocked. You might end up, having a half-cocked gun with the enemy run right in your face. So I don't like how that bolt has a little bit of resistance. When you push it down, might make you think the weapon is cocked when it really isn't. That could get you out in the game if you think your gun is cocked when it's only half cocked. So remember, you do have to force the bolt a little bit down onto the side of the gun. But otherwise, It is a very, very smooth, easy bolt to pull back. There's really little resistance with it. It might wear down over time. It might get a little tougher to pull. Simply lube it up a little bit, and it should have an easy-going bolt. Now, if you were to upgrade this thing, put a different spring in it naturally, the bolt might get a bit harder to tug if you wanted to, maybe slap an M150 in there like the NKSVD. Then it'd be quite a tough bolt to pull, I imagine. And just the bolt assembly at the moment, very smooth, easy to pull back. I just don't like how it gives you that small bit of resistance there, and you really have to force it down. Located just in front of the bolt assembly is your metal Picatinny rail mount. You can mount a scope up here so that you can actually snipe with this thing. Like I said, 3x9 by 30 scope probably get the job done. Or you can put what I put on my DMR setup, which would be a 3.9 by 50. This will fit basically any airsoft optic you want to put up here, but please make it a scope. Don't bother putting your red dot up here. That's really not going to serve any purpose when you're trying to snipe. Now, another neat feature of the M24 is its adjustable buttstock here. You can extend or retract this, and that's a nice little feature because it allows you to get maximum comfort out of the sniper rifle, because you can extend this, if your arms are longer, to make the rifle more comfortable in your hands than having your hands all jammed up on a rifle that's too short for you. Same thing, if when this is extended it's too long for you, you can shorten this down and make it so your shorter arms hold the rifle and it's more comfortable for you. This is for a comfort feature back here, and adding to the comfort on here, it's coated in rubber. It's a nice slightly textured rubber, so it helps grip on your BDU, and it also is a nice comfortable thing instead of having a hard piece of plastic like with some snipers jamming into your shoulder. Got nice coated rubber. In order to adjust it, simply turn to the right. In order to extend the stock, as you can see, it'll move out like so. It actually goes out quite a few inches, I believe out to about here. And if you wanted to retract it, simply turn the wheel here to the left, and as you can see, it'll get tighter and tighter until the buttstock is pushed up against the wheel and the wheel can turn no farther. So I do like this about the M24. It has this nice little adjustable stock back here, gives you a nice level of comfort. Longer arms, it'll be comfortable to you, and shorter arms, it'll be comfortable to you thanks to the stock. Alright, now another key piece of the Javelin M24 is, of course, the gun's magazine, located on the underside of the rifle, as with pretty much all snipers out there. Located right here, as you can see. It is this plastic piece right here. You'll feel a difference on the underside of the gun. In order to eject the magazine, push in on this small plate here. And as you can see, the magazine will eject right out, so be prepared to catch it. If you're holding this upside down, it will just eject right out. Magazine is constructed of plastic. It's similar in design to the L96 magazines. I'm not exactly sure if they're compatible. You have to do some research on that. Like I said, I don't own this, and I don't specialize in snipers, so I don't know what magazines are compatible with what. This magazine holds about 15, 18 rounds in it. Since it is a sniper, I'd recommend 0.28, 0.3 gram BBs. Especially if you do upgrade it, because the harder shooting, the heavier BBs you want to put in there for the better accuracy. Magazine's plastic, so I can imagine it. If you dropped it somehow and stepped on it, it could chip a little bit. But, otherwise, it's a pretty solid magazine. It's made of some weaker plastic, so just watch out for that. I recommend picking up some spares, considering this only holds 15, 18 shots. But if you do take your shots carefully and get a hit each time, you won't need a spare magazine. In order to put the magazine in, got nice detailed arrows on here that say front. You want to, of course, put the front towards the front of the gun and slip it in like so until you hear a nice loud click. Magazine is in, feeding into the gun. I haven't had any feeding issues with this thing after just planking it around in my yard. No feeding issues at all. So the magazine it comes with, constructed of kind of cheaper plastic, but no feeding issues, and 15, 18 rounds. The gun's safety is located in a yes-no position on the gun, in my opinion. I really don't like the safeties that are located behind the bolt, simply because I'm always scared that when I pull the bolt back, my finger might hit it and knock the weapon onto safety. So if I got an enemy rushing to me, I'll be on safety, pulling the trigger, and nothing's happening because I knocked it on safety on accident. But the switch actually requires a little bit of force to move, so I doubt it's going to happen. If you wanted to move it, you simply have to apply some force, push it towards the rear of the weapon. The gun is on safe. Trigger will still give a little bit, but as you'll notice, it won't go in all the way. If the safety lever were facing towards the front of the gun, you'll notice your trigger can be pulled all the way, and your gun is, of course, on fire. So, safety does require some force to push it, but like I said, I'm always worried you might pull your finger back and accidentally knock it on safety when you want it on fire when you're pulling the bolt back. But otherwise, the safety is in, a nice position. Turn it off and on with relative ease. Up towards the front of the rifle, you do have a swivel bipod mount right there. And behind that, you do have one sling mount. This sling mount isn't very annoying, but the one located on the rear of the gun is very annoying. It's exactly like the kind of the Chinese AKs where it's pinging around. Features on here. Talked about the external construction, the internal construction, the upgrades for the gun. So we're going to go ahead and get into the final conclusion of this review. Like I said, I really don't care for snipers too much, so this really doesn't appeal to me all that much. Like I said, if I'm buying a sniper rifle, it's going to be a Tokyo Marui L96, just because those have always interested me. But Javelin's M24, if you're somebody who's on a budget looking for a sniper, needs something under 200 bucks, this might be something you want to look at. It's decent quality from Javelin. You got a nice external construction here, but very solid, durable polymer. Textured, gives you a nice comfort when you're holding it. It's a bit thicker than other sniper rifles, but it is still quite comfortable. Metal outer barrel, metal inner barrel, metal rail up here, metal bolt assembly. The bolt is very, very easy to pull back, very, very smooth. However, like I said, it does give you a bit of resistance. Might think your gun is cocked when it really isn't. So remember to force this down until you hear a solid click, meaning the gun is cocked, and at that point you can pull the trigger. It's not half cocked. Rail mount up top, go ahead and put a scope up there so you can go ahead and snipe with this thing. On the back, get this nice stock. You can adjust it for your comfort. If you're longer arms, you can turn it, extend it, make it a lot more comfortable for you instead of having to cram your arms in a too small sniper for you. Same thing if your arms are short, you can simply shorten this a bit so that it's pressed up against the stock of the rifle and it's a lot more comfortable for you. Sling mount on the back, as you can see right now, it's holding the gun up. Like I said, it's not going to let the gun sit down on its stock. It's going to hold it up with a sling mount. It's the ping type sling mount. Tape it down or put a sling on it because it is rather annoying. I can see that messing with your mind when you're in a game. Magazine-wise, you got a magazine constructed of, kind of the cheaper plastic. Holds 15, 18 rounds. That's enough to get the job done, but I recommend you purchase a spare magazine so you don't have to sit there and reload it, considering it does need the special speed loader tip to reload it quickly. Otherwise, you have to jam them in with your pinky one by one, and that's a very, very annoying process. So, pretty sure we wrapped up everything on here with the exception of the safety. Like I said, in the yes-no position, kind of have it there. You might knock it back with your finger, but it does require some force to push it back. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the review of the Javelin M24. I'm not big on snipers, but if you're looking for something under $200, Javelin's M24 might be something for you to look at. So with that being said, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the Javelin M24 bolt-action airsoft sniper rifle. Thanks for watching. Oh, I hate snipers so much.